Hey guys, welcome back to the Conservative Viewpoint, everyone. I'm Charlie, and I am the Country Conservative, and it's great to see you guys. And more importantly, it's great that you can actually see me. I hope. So we're going to test things out, and we're going to see what happens here. So let me get through this real quick. I want to welcome everybody back to the show after what you can only be described as an absolute week of hell trying to fight and fix and dismantle the brutal streaming issues that have been plaguing this show. We took it apart piece by piece. We fought for the glitches, and hopefully we finally figured it out. And we're going to try this and see what happens. I got to go over here real quick and go to there and go live and see what happens here when I hit this. Got it. Go live. I'm going to try it and see what happens here. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but we're going to see what happens. It's supposed to be working, so I get an error on live stream. Of course I do. I don't know what hell to do now. So, it shows that I'm in here. So we're going to see what happens. I don't know what hell to do now. So, it shows that I'm in here. So we're going to see what happens. I don't know. We'll see what happens. All right. I don't know what hell to do now. I got to mute this again. Sorry. All right. We'll see what happens. Now, guys, the signal is strong. The feed is clear, and we're coming to you live and uninterrupted. You're seeing me now. I'm seeing you in chat, hopefully, and we are not looking back. So kick off your boots, relax, and hopefully you'll enjoy a ride with me tonight because we have a powerhouse show lined up for you guys. We are pulling no punches and covering the stories the mainstream media wants to sweep right under the rug. Hey, Kurt. Some of the big headlines first tonight, guys. First off is the crazy update on Iran. There's some breaking news I'm going to get to here in a second. Tensions are boiling. The geopolitical landscape is shifting in hour by hour, and we're going to break down exactly what it means for American security and why you need to stay vigilant. Then we have to talk about what's happening in our own backyard with the intelligence community. The bombshell is out. The CIA has been caught spying on one of its own. Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, ex-DNI. We are diving deep into the shadowy reasons behind the sudden resignation announcement, the friction in Washington, and what they aren't telling you on the evening news. Now, of course, we have to check in on with the crazy Democrats and what are they up to now. Spoiler alert, it's a circus. With AOC in Alabama, look at a fiery rhetoric downtown Alabama trying to stir the pot over electoral maps and screaming about Silent Giant. We'll show you exactly what she said and the real agenda behind this theater. And that's not all. We have New York fiscal nightmare. Meanwhile, up north, the McDummy is driving a massive collision course with bankruptcy in New York City. They're playing with fiscal sorcery with a $124 billion budget and risking the city's future on pension schemes and far-left programs that are bankrupting the hard-working middle class in New York. To top it all off, even New York Times just had to accidentally admit it, saying the quiet part out loud. AR-15s and AK-47s, they published a piece knitting those firearms are completely ambiguous and everywhere in the civilian market, essentially proving our point that these weapons are in common use. They protected by the Second Amendment, even while the left tries to ban them. We have all this and so much more coming your way tonight. Hopefully the tech is fixed, the truth is ready to launch, and of course, you point to the conservative viewpoint. So relax, get ready. Hey, state, what's happening, man? Because the show starts now. God, Facebook's actually working. Holy shit. Now, I can't see a lot of this thing. Let me go over here to Getter and see if Getter's working or not. It should have came up, and it did not come up. I do not know what happened with that. Rumble came up. Getter should be coming up because I posted it in there. And the stream key and everything. And I can't do it while I'm live. It won't let me do that. And I posted the stream key. I do not know what happened with that and why it didn't go live. Now that upsets me. And let me see over here. And I know they're not going to let me do it. Nope. Get out of this one. This is a new program, guys, that is like extremely hard. I mean, extremely hard. This is not something I'm used to at all. Yes, sir, State, we are back. But right now, we're going to see what happens here because this is not an easy program to use, guys. And it's similar to the one I tried to use before. And it is tough, let me tell you what. There's some certain things that this thing's supposed to do. And I do not know how to run it all. And like let me tell you what. It is tough, that's for sure. So I guess I cannot get Getter up right now. I'm going to have to test it tomorrow. It worked before. I have to change the stream key and stuff in it, but obviously it's not working tonight. So I'm going to have to test it right before and I guess not shut down because it did not work. So hey guys, welcome to the show. If you can see me or hear me and whatever, please give me a shout out and we'll see what happens here. Let me see what I can see over here. I got to reset my thing here. Let me reset. Oh, I saw my shirt. So I guess I am in there. And that's muted, so that's good. So I guess I am in there. All right, there we are. Okay, I can see that. I guess I got to shut Getter off because it's not coming up. So guys, I'm going to give you a shout out. We got State to State over in Facebook right now. Anybody else in Facebook, give me a shout out, say hi. And we got Rumble and the Whipkin Warriors over here. We got Kurt, we got Texas John, we got Gregory Allen Carnes Jr. I saw he's close to getting his new truck. Congratulations on that, Gregory. I can't wait to see pictures. We got Colin from Scotland. Right there he is, guys. Welcome to hopefully the show stays for a little while longer anyways. Guys, I'm glad to see everyone in here tonight. If you're in here and you're new to the show, come on in, say hi. We love having new people here, guys. You got to come as long as we're on here. As long as you can. You never know. So, yes, got a lot of stuff going on, guys. So, a lot of the stuff with the projects. Freaking Rumble is having issues with live streaming. I tried going live a couple days ago and it would not connect. I don't know how I'm connecting with this one, Gregory, because this program that I use, I don't go through Rumble because I had to get onto Facebook somehow, and Rumble and Facebook will not. Rumble blames it on Facebook. Facebook won't even get back to you. It's been over 2 weeks now, and I've been trying to get it fixed so I can continue with Rumble, and I didn't have to pay for this one. Well, I had to pay for this new one, and at least I'm on Facebook. Now I got to get Getter fixed right. So tonight I got to go apologize for everybody on Getter for that because it didn't go live tonight. So, and I'm definitely I can see Facebook chat on this one. I can't see Rumble chat in here. So that's a problem. So once I get Getter up, I'm going to have to look at that and see. But I got a couple new places that we're streaming to tonight. Trovo is one. I don't know if the other one went live or not. There's another one that begins with a P. We're going to be live with too. It's supposed to be. I had to get verified to do it, and they said they like suspended my account. I can't remember. It was part of this web streaming, the Streamlabs that I'm on. We'll see what happens, guys. I don't know. It's tough. Let me tell you what. But hey, I'm glad we're on Facebook, and we're always for as long as we can, as long as I can stay on. But we got some news coming up here in maybe a week or so. I'll give you some bad news, I guess it would be. So we're not going to give it away right now. Too much going on, guys. My head's spinning like crazy. I got them things I got to go work out, and they can't handle the truth. That's for a fact, Kurt. So we got a lot to go on over tonight, guys. So I did not, and it's been my head's been so buzzing with everything that I'm going on through, with the project that I'm working on and everything. And my head's spinning. I didn't even name the tonight's show right. It's supposed to be the weekend wrap-up. I didn't even name that right. That's how much my head is spinning. I got so much on my mind, guys. It's unfreaking believable. So, yes, we're going to get busy, guys, because we got a lot of stuff to go overnight. Alrighty, here we go. Well, we're going to start off with Tulsi Gabbard resigns. Y'all heard about it. But what you don't hear about is she said it was for reasons because of her husband's bone cancer. Right? Well, the CIA actually got caught spying on her. And what these people won't tell you, and I don't know why they won't tell you, the fake news media won't just sit there and tell you about this, because the CIA still, to this day, is covering up for COVID and the JFK files. And what else did they take back? MK Ultra. They're still covering up. Even though Trump is in charge, they are still covering up everything that's going on in there. They were spying on her because she was declassifying more stuff as far as JFK goes and MK Ultra goes and the COVID stuff. Why the hell is the CIA working in the United States? They are not allowed to do that. They are not a law enforcement agency. They covering up all this stuff, and they are not allowed to work within the United States. But they're letting them get away with this anyways. You see how they're playing us? I call bullshit on that. I think she doesn't want anything to do with the Iranian issue. Well, I'm telling you what they're doing and what they did. The CIA went in there and took back boxes when we were told no raid happened. And they sit there and they denied it. The spokesperson for the DNI denied it and everything. But that's when you got in there and Representative Paulina Luna, and James Comer fired off back the preservation letter to the CIA demanding that they anything and everything that they've taken had better be taken, make a record, and preserved. And they kept denying the raid and everything. But they took back boxes and boxes of COVID stuff and the JFK stuff, like I said, and MK Ultra. They're covering it up still, and Trump's in charge. Guys, we're being played over and over. We give you more and more and more of the lies that we're being told, and it's unreal that these people don't know how to stop, and they think we're stupid too. And that is a big problem. It is crazy, right? I didn't even put my intro on today. That's how flustered my head is. Guys, let me tell you right now, I will not be here Wednesday or Friday this week. I changed my doctor's appointment from Thursday to Wednesday, so I can make sure we do Throwback Thursday this Thursday. Got a lot of important stuff coming up, guys. You might not like what I have to say, but we'll talk about it later. But hey, let's get into this, shall we? Yes, sir, Bob. We got UFOs in the news too, guys. Ex-Pentagon officials say that the mysterious deaths of the scientists that we talked about, remember all these 12 plus 1 and 13, I think we ended up with 14 now. One in the UK and the rest were here. Now, they said the mysterious deaths of U.S. scientists came as they were investigating the UFOs. And what are they saying? That the aliens have killed these people. Wow. I don't know. Luis Elizondo is making explosive new claims involving mysterious deaths tied to the scientists, the researchers. Are you still seeing doctors sucking these nuts? Of course, State. You gotta see these nuts, God. Oh yeah, you got to. Oh, it is a big circle jerk, I'm telling you. The CIA and the DOJ is covering up a lot of shit. Absolutely they are.
So this is ridiculous. But this guy is saying that the work surrounding the unidentified anomalous phenomenon, commonly referred to as UAPs or UFOs, and during the appearance on Cuomo, that just tells you right there. He was on with Cuomo. The freaking dude's got to be nuts. But he's saying that he believes that they were killed by aliens. Now, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. But this is ridiculous. But that's not all tonight, guys. Don't forget, we got 46 UFO videos that were requested by Congress, and they only received, they only released 8 out of 46. Where's the other 50, whatever, or the other 30-some? 38 in here. That's being held up. They're covering up this too. The filmmakers and then everybody in this is the U.S. government has released all these things, and I showed you that footage that they showed. But Corbell and the journalist George Knapp said that they've already independently released 2 of the 46 videos, suggesting the government is not only custodian of this material. They disclose patterns following a predictable cycle. Advocates announce imminent revelations. Agencies release narrow trenches of public left with more questions than answers. Now, these people were sitting there. I'm sorry. The UFO stuff to me is not, I can't believe it's real. I don't want to hear the little green man bullshit. Exactly. We're not alone. Kurt put the alien heads up. I'm telling you what, guys. This stuff, I want proof. I want to see the proof. That video I showed you about a couple weeks ago, that was just blurbs. They got to have better stuff in this, because I can't show you guys the video right now. I don't know how to do it yet on this one, but they sit there and say, they show Obama talking about this, and they question him about it, and what's his face from Fox News questioned Obama about it, and he asked him, is aliens real? And Obama said, yeah, aliens are real, but there's no proof. I haven't seen them myself. So, with that being said, he also went and send me proof, Rock. I would love to see that, man. They also asked Trump. They said Obama told people that aliens are real, and then Trump said, but he's giving away classified information. That is exact words on this thing. If I could switch over to screen share real fast for you guys, I would show you that part of it, because Trump said he giving away classified information. He said if it was real, he said Obama's not allowed to be doing that. That makes you think right there, because Trump said he gave away classified information. That gives it away right there. Right? What do you think? All right. Rock, if Rock sends me proof, guys, I'm going to post, and I'm going to show it to you on here if Rock can send me some proof. That's what I want. I want to see proof of this stuff. I cannot believe just because somebody says something, especially Obama, a racist pig himself, he's probably looking at his wife's nuts or something and saying, there's some illegal aliens right there. I don't know. You'll see. We'll see what happens. All right. Let's get into a little bit of Iran here, because this is breaking news, guys. They're not the first part of this, but there's some breaking news that just came out about actually 2 hours ago now. But this was a truth post from Donald Trump. Negotiations with the Islamic Republic of Iran are proceeding nicely. It will only be a great deal for all, or no deal at all. Back to the battlefront and shooting, but bigger and stronger than ever before. This thing goes on forever, right? But then the breaking news part of this is, U.S. carries out strikes on Iran's Gulf Coast amid talks to end war. Yep, you heard me right. U.S. forces struck missile launch sites in Iran and boats trying to emplace mines. And U.S. Central Command characterized these strikes in southern Iran as defensive, and said that they were protecting our troops and for threats posed by Iranian forces. Our U.S. forces conducted self-defense strikes on Iran today. And this came out, like I said, guys, This was just posted. I got the first one at 7:15. This one was at 8. It was updated at 8:24 tonight. So 45 minutes ago, they carried out strike. There's no way that this ceasefire could be intact. What the hell is Trump doing? He's pansying with these people. These Muslims, jihadists, are not going to cooperate. They will not. They are not good for their word, period. Because here we go. Then this is the stuff that I had set up in the show before this was going on. Trump gives Iran 5 to 7 days to strike a nuclear deal. Tehran insists it doesn't want a nuclear bomb. Well, they're liars. They're Muslim liars. They're jihadists, but they're lying. I don't give a shit what they say, who they say it to. If Trump makes a deal, I don't care if he makes them a deal. They're not going to live up to the deal. They haven't with all these other presidents. Why should they do it now? Just because it's Trump? Trump's gone in 2.5 years. So what are they worried about? They're going to get some pansy-ass idiot in there, just like Joe Biden, that gives them all these billions of dollars, and they're going to go about their business anyway. Training terrorists, making a nuclear weapon. That is what they're going to do. It hasn't changed. Not one person's going to change that. You think they don't care about their people. They kill their people in a heartbeat. They don't care about you bombing them. Kill them. It saves them from doing it. But Trump promises a better Iran deal than the Obama signed. He said he's not going to listen to losers. Because Trump tells U.S. negotiators, do not rush to deal with Iran because time is on our side. Time is not on our side. Because the prices have went down a little bit on the fuel. Why? Because Trump said that the Strait of Hormuz is going to be open. And it is open. It's what he's saying. So it went down on his word. So how the hell can something that has not opened up fully reduce the prices the few cents that it did go down just because he said it? So that shows you guys that these oil companies are feeding you a line of bullshit when it says because of that oil over there, that's why we have to raise prices of fuel. That's a lie. Shock and all. Got that right, Rock. So this is just bullshit we're being played by. Now, Trump also put a post on the Truth Today. The enriched uranium, the nuclear dust that's still in Iran, will either be immediately turned over to the United States to be brought home and destroyed, or preferably in conjunction and coordination with the Islamic Republic of Iran, destroyed in place or at another acceptable location, with the Atomic Energy Commission or its equivalent being witness to this process and event. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. So this is all stuff that I had planned on before this, but all this is going on, but we're bombing them right now. As we speak, they're being bombed. So you think that these Muslim jihadists are going to worry about this peace deal? Because proposed Iranian deal includes oil sanction relief and continued U.S. military presence. That's part of what they're offering right now. Now, Iran's top negotiator says Tehran will not compromise in talks with the United States. Now, this could be just propaganda coming out of Iran, Muslims' mouths, because of the fact that they're just appeasing their people. Their people, they don't care about their people. They can say what they want because another thing that they just said, Iran denies a deal with U.S. is imminent despite the progress. So there's kind of got conflicting stuff going on here in Iran because they deny the deal despite the progress though. And this is what they're saying. This is what I'm talking about with these lying ass Muslims. That's all they do. They lie their ass off, and that's what they're doing with this deal. If they do make a deal, I'll guarantee you right after, if the Democrats, definitely when the Democrats get back into office, and if we don't get a Republican as strong as Trump is in there, that will go and take full measures of military action against them, they will go back at doing what they did before. How much you guys want to bet on that? Exactly. The Sergeant Schultz play right there, Rock, right? He said the same thing. We are still being played. We know nothing. Y'all ever watch Hogan's Hero and Sergeant Schultz in there? I know nothing. How do you say that shit? I don't know. But that's what he said. Exactly. God help us. If we get a weak ass Democrat back in there like Joe Biden was, and wait, I got something on that coming up too. Holy shit. Wait till you hear this one. Trump urges the Supreme Court to do what's right and uphold executive order ending birthright citizenship. We are still waiting on the results of that. They need to stop this because Trump on Thursday urged the Supreme Court to do what's right in relation with the forthcoming birthright citizenship case ruling from the high courts. The case, argued before the court in April, centers around Trump's one-day executive order ending birthright citizenship for children of illegal immigrants and others who are not lawfully permanent residents of our country. He told reporters that birthright citizenship was not meant for Chinese billionaires who have their children become citizens of our country. This was meant for the babies of slaves. This was signed during right after the Civil War. You look at the dates alone, immediately after. This was having to do with babies of slaves, and people have used it. And if this is allowed to stand, it will be a disaster economically for our country, and you'll have 25 people coming into our country coming through birthright citizenship. And we won't have any control. We don't have control because the Democrats controlled everything. They allowed these people to come in here. Terrorists, the Chinese rich people, and that's what they're doing. They're being born here, then they're being taken out of here, taken back to their country, trained, and then what? Sent right back when they're in here as their spies, as their terrorists and everything. That is exactly what they're doing because this is their ultimate goal, is to kill the United States from the inside out. And that's what they're doing. They are doing it perfectly with the help of the Democrats. You guys, you don't believe me? Go look for yourself because this is exactly what's happening. Be it Muslims, be it Chinese, be it whatever enemy is part of us, that is exactly what they're doing. And the Democrats are helping them do this because this is what they want. It shows, and I'm going to show you in New York what's going on in there too. And you got look at Virginia and Spermberger. Oh my God, look at Chicago. Holy shit, look at the disastrous Obama dildo-looking museum, library, whatever the hell that is, where you have to show an ID to get in. Just look around, guys. That's all you got to see. And I'm not talking to you guys. You guys know. In 2028, be prepared for absolute collapse. This is why I'm building up money and supplies and paying off the little debt that I have left. The golden age is utterly ridiculous. Got that right, Gregory. And that's something we'll talk about later also. So, guys, this is what's happening, and it's not a lie. You guys got to keep up with this, and it's not going to end well. So here's what I got for you guys tonight, and I want your opinion on this one. The FCC is asking the public to weigh in on whether The View, oh yes, the bitches of ABC, whether The View is a bona fide, I don't even know how to say that, but news, they are news. This is what Disney is trying to put out to the FCC, that they are actually news, right? Let me read you part of this. The Federal Communications Commission, CAR, is asking the public to weigh in on this to say that they are a news program, therefore not subject to broadcast laws requiring it to provide access to differing political views. They are a talk show. They are not a news network because they lie. Well, I can't say that because all the news that we talked about lie too. So Disney is arguing that The View qualifies under bona fide, however you say that, news under law, comparing itself to Meet the Press and Face the Nation, he added. Therefore, Disney argues it can have one partisan candidate for office on The View while denying equal opportunities to all others. They will try anything. And if any dumbass judge activist judges believe this shit, they need fired right away and removed from the bench, because they are a talk show. That is not a news network. Period. End of story. This is what they're trying to do because they got nailed for not doing that even airtime rule stuff. Oh yeah, this is what's going on, guys. And now is Facebook still working? Let me get over here and look at Facebook. Okay, guys, I can't see anybody that's on there, so if you guys are on there, come on in and say hi. I can't see that. Also called news media platforms are all liars. Back, Gregory, right there. The 14th of yep. But they are trying to get away with this stuff, calling them the news. The bitches are a talk show. They are not news whatsoever. And that they need to be taken out. No, gone by. No, not at all. All right, what else we got here? Oh, yeah. We're going to get in a little bit of, and I put this in the Democrats section of this because it's Thomas Massie. Oh, yeah. Thomas Massie vows to read redacted names in Epstein files on House floor before leaving Congress, says Todd Blanche and Cass Patel, and perjured themselves because of that reason. He's saying that. Now, I do not like Massie whatsoever, but I hope he does. I hope he reads these names and we get some of these names out here. Why? Because we need the pedophiles out of our government, out of Hollywood, and everything. Vic showed a good video on the pedophiles all in the Golden Globes and everything. And Rich, what was that guy's name? Rick, that British guy? That British guy that was over there, that he tore into those Hollywood elites. And I can't remember his name right off the bat, but he's a comedian, a British guy, and he tore into them and showed the pedophiles and all them people in there in Hollywood elites and talking about Pizzagate and all that stuff. So if Massie got the balls enough to go ahead and put those out, I would love to see it and see what happens. But I'm glad Massie's gone. But I did see an article that he has filed paperwork with the Election Commission to be able to start collecting donations and campaign funds for something else that he's going to run on to get him back into the government. So this son of a bitch, he needs to stay out of the government, but that's what he's done so far. I don't know if that's in the more, if I just deleted it. Why doesn't he release what he... Exactly, Gregory. Yes. Ricky, I don't know how to say his Gervais. Funny comedian. And I laughed my ass off when I saw that original when he did that to those people. That was pretty... And Tom Hanks, oh, you could see his head explode. Oh, yeah, he's on top of the pedophilia list right there. I love it. Don't you just love that? He did. He put them down. That was freaking awesome, guys. Now, guys, I definitely will get some of this worked out here and try to get this a little better. I can see the only thing I'm seeing Facebook right now up in the chat the chat. This program's hard, but we got a few more of these articles to go through real quick, and I'll talk to you about this and maybe show you a couple videos. It's a hard thing now to do, so, but like I said, all right, let's keep going. Jack Smith, prosecutor, charged with mishandling documents tied to Biden probe of Trump. Yes, sir, Bob, you heard me right. Will anything happen? I don't know, but they're charging illegally kept department material. They get this Carmen Lineberger, illegally kept Department of Justice material related to former Jack Smith's Florida case against Trump for herself. That's the one that I told you about, I think, last week, that emailed the stuff to herself as recipes. Yeah, bunk cake recipes and stuff. Yes. They definitely got an indictment on that. We'll see what happens. I can't wait till he gets nailed, too, for that stuff. All right, what else do we got here? This is the Democrat playbook here, right here, guys. The Democrats have lost their freaking mind. They absolutely do not know what they're doing. They are trying anything and everything that they can because they are on a free-for-all spiral. They are crashing and burning as we speak. Newsom calls for Chevron boycott after company blames state policies for high gas prices. Oh, yeah. This idiot. Wait. Come on. Newsom called upon Californians to skip Chevron this holiday weekend after the company began posting signs blaming his government for high gas prices. The governor issued a call in a post. I'm getting pop-ups all over the place. On X, advising Californians to purchase unbranded gas. Let that sink in for a second, guys. This is the sitting governor of California using his official government platform to organize a consumer boycott against a specific American energy company. Not over safety violations, not over consumer fraud scandal, because Chevron had the nerve to be honest with its customers to blame Newsom for this stuff. He is the one to blame for it. But that is illegal too. That is a violation. And he should be taken out immediately and kicked out of being governor. But they don't have the balls in there to take him out. You can't do that. It's illegal as shit. And this is the stuff that they get away with. It's over and over. It's unbelievable. But guys, remember the guy I think we talked about it last week, that when the FBI did all those raids over in Minnesota, and that guy took off, he escaped from them. He jumped out of a 4-story building. I don't know if I remember that or not. But how long do you think it would take me to release such information if I had it? Exactly. Massey should have released that shit quick. Maybe it's just him playing, saying, you're going to vote for me, get me back in, and I'll release it then. And it's just a fan, just like the rest of them. Lie, like the crazy son of bitches that they are. But the FBI finally arrested this dude. And the dude that escaped from being arrested for that Minnesota fraud, he was part of that stuff. Well, guess what? It's just so funny that how many people in Minnesota and who's oh yeah, Ilhan Omar's ragtop herself. That's her district, right? She is the representative for this place. So the federal authorities arrested Minnesota fraud suspect just hours after he escaped from FBI agents by jumping off a 4-story balcony during a healthcare fraud raid, right? Well, the suspect is Mohammed Abdul Qadir Omar. Was captured shortly after fleeing his Thursday. Isn't that just coincidence that this dude's name's Omar and her name, Ragtop, is Omar? Isn't that just funny how that works? Tell me that's not being related. Holy shit. I looked it up online. They said there's no proof that they're related. But how many in Minnesota, where she is from, Muslim, in the fraud, like Shia, and named Omar? Give me a break. They're not related. You're crazy, right? I'm not crazy. Something's going crazy. I'm telling you what. Talking about crazy, here we got AOC. And she gave a fiery voting rights speech, and I showed you this last week. In Alabama, right? And she got mocked after a major speech blunder in Alabama. This is something that my video that I showed you last week did not show you. So I'm going to show you to you now, guys, and you got to hear exactly what she said. Wait to see how dumb this woman is. Here it goes.
It is time for the North to pull up to the South.
Pull up to the South.
It is time for New York to pull up to Alabama.
What?
It is time for all of us to come to Georgia, to Louisiana, to Tennessee, to Mississippi, and let them know exactly what they have uncorked with this injustice. They think they can draw us out of power. They do not know the sleeping giant that they just awakened. Because it is not a coincidence, and our understand that it was not until voting rights were ratified in this country that we got the Great Society. Because when Black Americans have the right to vote and that vote is protected, our schools get funded. When voting rights are protected, healthcare gets expanded. When voting rights are protected, our country moves forward. In Montgomery, that's what they're actually afraid of. They're afraid of us coming together. They're afraid of us protecting one another. Alabama is the crucible. Georgia is the crucible. Tennessee, Louisiana, Mississippi is the crucible.
Pause it.
Of us protecting one another. Alabama is the crucible.
Oh, wait.
Georgia is the crucible. Tennessee, Louisiana, Mississippi is the crucible.
Okay.
So if you are not from here, it is time to pull up.
Pull up.
Because what they thought was the final blow is actually just the opening silo.
Wow. They are the crucible. Oh yeah, this is coming from her. Well, let me see here. Let me find it. A crucible is a container in which metal and other substances may be melted or subjected to a very high temperatures. Although crucibles have historically tended to be made out of clay, they were. How the hell is Alabama a crucible? Is there something else that I'm missing here? Wait a minute, let me see. A crucible is a specialized cut-shaped container designed to withstand extremely high heat without melting. Man, I'm missing something here, folks. She's dumb. That is, she is dumb as hell. Hi, Sherry. You can't get any more stupid than AOC, right? Right. So let's see what else we got going on. Oh, AOC again. AOC taking major step towards 2028 presidential bid, according to new reports. The New York Congresswoman has begun a de facto national tour, visited key early primary states, held meetings with Democratic insiders, continues to build kind of an infrastructure that could fuel a White House campaign. While AOC has not formally announced any decision, her recent moves combined with strong early polling and history of hiring veterans from Bernie Sanders' presidential bid, boy, that's going to help you, right? Have led the minis to speculate that she has something up her sleeve. Well, if you're talking about Dumb and Dumber, not only this, is she's running again. Kamala Harris, 2026, Memorial Day message is a lot different than her previous post. Today, we pause to remember Americans who laid down their lives. We also remember the legacy of the stuff. This is the stuff that she's... Lee! What up, Lee? She made in this post that she is going to run again. I'm not lying to you. We got dumber and dumber. Who's more dumb? I don't know. I think it's a tie here, folks. Because they are both brain dead idiots. I'd tell you what Gregory said, but that we might have some children near us. But he's exactly right. And her mouth is a fucking crucible. Yeah, got that right, Colin. Right? Yo, Lee's up there. What's up, Lee? So next time tipping Guam Islands you're about right, Dorothy. Yeah. Obviously never have made real chips in Taiwan. No. But now we got, you can't take stupid. You got idiot Kamala Harris, the word salad queen herself, and now says she's going to run. Now you got dimwit her. This is the Democrats. They have totally lost it. Any one of these people, if they pick them as their person, holy shit, it's going to be a laugh track is what it's going to be. This is why I called it a circus. Not only top of that, we've got commie jihadist Muslim McDummy expands push for universal child care. Includes kids as young as 2 years old. I couldn't get to you on X. They won't let me stream on X anymore, Lee. So I won't be on X anymore. And Getter didn't come up. And so I got Facebook and Rumble going right now. I got some other ones going, Trovo and something else, the new ones. But, well, it won't be long, guys. Don't worry. We got something to talk about later. But anyways, yeah, him and the New York is broke. They are totally broke. They are close to bankruptcy. And this idiot's trying to give free health care away. Guess what he's pushing it for? He's pushing it for the illegals to have free health care. Not the people of New York, the hardworking people of New York. He is doing this, and he is causing this to happen. He is pushing taxpayer-funded universal health care, announcing new programs that will now include children as young as 2 years old as part of a broader progressive agenda. Now, the problem with this is that he keeps pushing all these programs and has no money to pay for them. They were already broke. But he's sitting there trying to say that the people in New York can afford to do that. They don't have any money. So how are they going to afford to do it? He's putting out millions and millions of dollars of lies to these people, thinking it's not going to cost you any money. Don't worry. It's not. They're being taxed for this stuff. The rich are leaving. They're leaving in droves. He's got no income coming into New York. Just like what happened in Seattle when Starbucks left there, what's happening in Chicago and everywhere else. People are leaving in droves. If AOC and Harris run for president 2028, I want to see Biden's son to throw in as his hat in the race also. Yeah, no kidding. Wouldn't that be funny? That would top it off, Gregory. A cokehead and two dumb dimwits. That would be funny as shit right there. Then tell me that would not be, what's it called? Oh, shit. Idiocracy? Tell me that would not be it. That would be a perfect movie right there. That would be perfect Idiocracy. So we're going to stay in the Muslim range here, guys. But this one, to prove to you the fact that Muslims do not care about life itself, the sanctity of life, they don't care. A Muslim family chops off hands of a family member. Why? Because they become Christians. Yes, sir, Bob. So, guys, what do you think that they would do to us if given the chance to do it? If they'll cut off their own family members' hands just because they believe in Jesus and not Allah, the baloney man. Allah Akbar Muhammad baloney salami, whatever. It's a salami dude. What do you think they're going to do to us? Guys, so this was brought in just because of that reason, but I had to let's share that with you because that was what they do to family. They will kill us in a heartbeat, guys. Don't get it wrong. They are evil. They have no care of life themselves. If you are not a Muslim, you do not belong. And that is what they are preached from birth. It is a fact. Don't let them fool you guys. I'm telling you what. The last thing that I got for you guys tonight, New York Times makes a whopping admissions on AR-15s, AK-47s, and deals a devastating blow to gun grabbers. Yes, sir, Bob. The New York Times makes it on Bloomberg's shit list. Why Democrat Connecticut Chris Murphy, Senate Leader Chuck Schumer, and anti-Second Amendment politicians be throwing the old gray lady across the room in frustration. Because the problem is with their article that they sit there and made, they wanted them to follow the 1994 assault weapons ban so they can get this stuff and take our guns away, our legal guns away from us. Now, New York Times did say, and Fox News says it, but one thing, but the New York Times to do so, it is doubling whammy of admission when you reread the article of New York Times. You see, not only did the outlet acknowledge that AK was in common use around 1900s and 2000s in Wednesday's article, but the paper also admitted in that same article that today the AR-15 is in common use, which those are the exact words that they use in the Second Amendment. It's in a common use weapon. Now, could you imagine how sharply Democrat California Newsom and Virginia Governor Spermberg must be staring daggers at New York Times reporters for citation their outlet just handed those filing certain lawsuits in those states that they wanted to ban so-called assault weapons. Oh yeah, that just blew their assault weapons ban right out of the water. That's what these people are doing. They just filed the motion to try to ban assault weapons. They can't even define an assault weapon, but you're going to ban it, right, guys? We've talked about this how many times? They don't even know what a woman is, let alone an assault weapon. This is what's going on. Why I said, what are the Democrats up to now? They've lost their freaking mind. They are mentally shot. And wait, tomorrow, I've got another mental Democrat that you guys are going to want to see. Oh yeah, this one is straight up mental. And he says it himself. Oh yeah, I've got a little bit going on, guys. But remember, that's it for tonight. Anyway, that tomorrow night and Thursday night, only 2 nights I'm going to be here. Wednesday and Friday, I'm off. Doctor's appointment Wednesday. I took it off. I had Thursday. I changed it to Wednesday so we could make sure we had throwback Thursday. And Friday, I got just so much going on, guys. I can't do it. We will be talking here the first part of June, and I'll tell you what's going on to a point. I can't tell you everything, but I will tell you the most of it, and we'll talk back then. But anyways, guys, I want to thank you for tuning in because this program is hard, and I've got to get used to this stuff, and I got to see what I can do. And let me try this here real quick. I want to delete AOC off, and I want to see if this one, if the sound plays. Hold on, let's let this real quick. Okay, it still plays. So this program, I tell you what, I've never seen a program this hard before. But when you pay $1,000 to $200, there's a little difference. I started out with a program similar to this years and years ago when I started doing my videos and stuff and started to live stream with this and stuff. It is really hard. So I started a new one today. I got to work on Getter and get it working for tomorrow night. I'll try to do a live stream tomorrow morning probably while I'm setting up before I go work out and see if I can get Getter to work and see what happens. They told me to only try 2 of them when I started. I should have tried everybody. So I'm going to try that. Probably another test run, guys. And, I mean, it took me, I was sitting up here 10 hours a day trying to get this, guys, ready for you guys for today. It totally blew my back out. I tell you what, my back was hurting because of this, guys. I'm telling you what. All right, guys. I want to thank you for tuning in tonight, guys. There's just so much going on. I just don't know what to do. My head's like full of everything. And I will let you know what's part of what's going on here coming up soon. So again, thank you for tuning in with me tonight, guys. Hopefully I get everybody on tomorrow, Getter and everybody, so we can have some normal shows here. But again, thank you again for tuning in. You guys are awesome for joining me, and I can't thank you guys enough. I love you guys for coming in here and joining with me every night and sticking with me and dealing with all these glitches that I've been having. So thank you again, guys, and I'm going to leave you with this because that's a wrap for tonight's show, guys. But before we sign off, I want to say an absolute massive thank you to every one of you in chat. Watching across the nation, you've stuck with me through the literal week of tech hell. You put up with the glitches. You proved why this audience is the best, most loyal crew in the entire business. Thankfully, the tech gods were on our side tonight and let me stream tonight. And everything seemed to turn out okay. So now we're going to see what happens tomorrow and see if I can get everything and see if we finally beat the system. But make sure that you snatch that like button up, switch that on there, share the stream, get the word out. We're back and we are firing on all cylinders. We are just getting started this week. So remind everyone to gear up. Come right back here tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for hopefully, cross your fingers, we're going to have another absolute powerhouse of a show. So until then, guys, God bless, and I'll see you back here live tomorrow night. Good night, everyone. Now, I'll see if I can try to figure out how to end the show. Let me do this first.